Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So did you read yesterday's part? Okay, it is very important for you to read the textbook. Okay, today we will be studying about the structure of human eye and the working of its lenses. Okay, first I will explain what are the parts of a human eye. You may see the diagram on page number 87, figure 7.11. It is an important question. It is asked for 2 marks. Okay, so whatever has to be labeled, there are several labelings given in the textbook. The minimum labelings which has to be compulsorily written, I have written it here. Okay, I have labeled that part only here. Okay, so this is the eyeball. Okay, there is an eyeball which is placed inside the eye socket. Okay, that eyeball is having a covering at the front, in the front. Okay, in the front there is a transparent covering. That transparent covering is called as cornea. The transparent covering in front of the eye, it is called as cornea. Okay, maximum refraction of light takes place in the cornea. This question was asked last year in an objective. As an objective, where does maximum refraction take place? The maximum refraction of light takes place at the cornea. It is a transparent covering in the front part of the eye. Okay, now behind the cornea there is a muscular part. Okay, there is a muscular part which forms the black colored part in our eyes. Okay, that means if this is the eye, this part, okay, this part, that is called as the iris. This I have shown here, this part, that is the iris. This part, that is the iris. That iris is having an opening at the center. Okay, there is an opening at the center. That opening at the center, it is called as pupil. So iris and pupil are essential. Okay, it is responsible for controlling the amount of light which is entering the eyes. Okay, for controlling the amount of light which is entering the eyes. So there is a muscular diaphragm which is called as iris. The iris, at the center there is an opening which is called as pupil. Behind the pupil there is the lens which is a crystalline convex lens. Okay, so in our eyes we are having which type of lens? Convex lens. They are held together at position with the help of muscles called as ciliary muscles. So what are the important parts? First of all, cornea, it is the frontmost transparent covering. Behind the cornea there is a part which is called as iris. At the center of the iris there is an opening which is called as pupil. Behind the pupil there is the lens which is a convex lens which is held in position with the help of muscle called as ciliary muscles. Now at the back of the eyeball we are having a screen, okay, which is called as retina. Okay, the screen which is called as retina. Retina consists of several cells called as rods and cones. The image of the object, consider this is the object. If this is the object, the image of the object will be falling on the retina. The image of the object will be falling on the retina. But whatever image is formed, it is real and inverted image, but we don't see it inverted. Okay, whatever you are seeing it erect itself. Now how do we see that? Actually what is happening on the retina, this image is getting converted into messages, and those messages are taken up by the optic nerve to the brain. It is taken up by the optic nerve to the brain, and the brain interprets the image and we are able to perceive it correct. Okay, so that is how we see actually. So first, what is the point? Cornea, it is the transparent covering. Behind the cornea, iris. In the center of the iris, pupil. Behind the pupil, lens. The lens is held at position by the ciliary muscles. At the back there is a screen which is called as retina. The retina, the images forming on the retina, it is converted into messages and it is taken to the brain by optic nerve. Okay, so this is the basic function of the eye. Now as a question they could ask you the diagram or they could ask you the functions of different parts of the eye. So what are the parts which are minimum? Cornea, iris, pupil, crystalline lens, retina, optic nerve and ciliary muscles. Okay. Now what is the importance of ciliary muscles, that we will see. Now when if you might have used a camera, you might have seen the zooming of camera. You might have seen the lenses are able to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, zoom out and zoom in. We are able to zoom out and zoom in. But in case of our eyes, it doesn't come out. It doesn't zoom in and zoom out. But we are able to see the faraway things and the nearby things at the same time. At the same time means at the same instant. Okay, we are able to see the faraway objects also, nearby objects also. So even this is a lens, it has to adjust the focal length. How does it adjust the focal length? Now actually that is the question. That ability, it is called as power of accommodation. Power of accommodation. Now what is power of accommodation? When we are seeing far away objects, then what is happening? The light coming from the distant object is falling on the lens. The light coming from the distant object is falling on the lens. Now what does this ciliary muscle do? The ciliary muscle extends the lens. Okay, the lens get extended like this. Okay, the lens get extended like this. As it gets extended, its focal length increases and the image forms on the retina. Okay, so we are able to see far away objects. I repeat, when we are seeing far away objects, the ciliary muscles extend. Okay, what do? They extend the lens and the lens elongates. The lens elongates, the focal length increases and the image forms on the retina. Similarly, when we are seeing nearby objects, what does the ciliary muscles do? The ciliary muscles contracts and the lens becomes shorter. It becomes, it increases its the diameter. The diameter increases and the focal length decreases. We are able to see the nearby objects. Okay, so this is how we are able to see both nearby objects and far away objects. This is what is called as power of accommodation. So you could be getting a question on what is power of accommodation. Okay, so what is power of accommodation? You may see on page number 87. The capacity of the lens, second paragraph, the capacity of the lens to change its focal length as per need is called its power of accommodation. How this is done? It is given in the above paragraph. You may see, while seeing objects at large, that means far away objects, infinite distances, the lens of eyes becomes flat and its focal length increases as shown in part of the figure 7.12. While seeing nearby objects, the lens become more rounded, okay, and its focal length decreases, and as shown in the part B of the figure 7.12. Okay, so this ability to adjust the focal length, that is called as power of accommodation. Okay, now the next point is minimum distance of distinct vision. In our eyes, there is a minimum distance at which we are able to see the object without causing any stress to the eye. Okay, without causing any stress to the eye. You might feel it, you may take your hand in front of your eyes and bring it near and near to your eyes. You may feel stress on your eyes after some point. Okay, so there is a near point, the minimum distance where we are able to see objects with minimum stress. That point is called as minimum distance of distinct vision. That is also called as near point. In case of normal human eye, the minimum distance or near point is 25 centimeter. That means you have to keep 25 centimeter minimum away from your eyes so that you are able to see it very clearly without any stress. That's all. Okay. Now the next is farthest distance of distinct vision. Now what is the farthest point where we are able to see? You are able to see stars also which are shining in the sky, isn't it? What is the distance of the stars? You cannot tell the distance of the star. So the distant point is at infinity. You can see infinity, at infinity. So the farthest point, it is also called as far point. Far point is infinity and the near point is 25 centimeter. Now you may see on page number 87, there is a do you know box given. The eyeball is approximately spherical and has a diameter of about 2.4 centimeter. It could be asked as an objective. In a relaxed state, the focal length of healthy eyes is 2 centimeter. Okay, 2 centimeter. So this is about the structure of the human eye and the working of different parts of human eye. Now we will see the defects of human eye. Now the next topic is defects of vision. Okay, in our syllabus we are having basically 3 defects. The first one is myopia, second is hypermetropia, and third is presbyopia. First we will see myopia or nearsightedness. What do you mean by nearsightedness or myopia? It is the ability of an eye to see nearby objects clearly, but far away objects the person cannot see it clearly. Okay, now what is exactly, what do you mean by exactly this? That we will see. This is the structure of a human eye. The far away objects, okay, the far away objects, this is the ray coming from a far away object. Okay, the rays which are coming from a far away object is falling on the retina. Okay, it is falling on the retina and there is an image which is formed on the retina. That is in case of a normal eye. Understood? That is in case of a normal eye, the image which is coming from the rays which are coming from the far away objects is falling on the retina and we are able to see the image. But due to some defect, what are the reasons given? I have written the reasons here. The curvature of the cornea and the eye lens increases. That means this curvature, okay, this curvature increases. The curvature of the cornea and the eye lens increases. The muscles which are holding the eye lens, they are not able to relax. Okay, they are not able to relax. The eyeball elongates. That means this eyeball, it in some cases it becomes elongated. Okay, so the eyeball elongates so that the distance between the lens and the retina increases. So what happens in this case? There is an image which is formed here, but if the image is formed here, the person cannot see the image. Why? Because it is not forming on the retina. A person is able to see the image if it is falling on the retina. Why? Because the retina converts the real and inverted image into messages, and the messages are taken to the brain by the optic nerve, and the optic nerve will perceive, will interpret and make you understand what the image is, isn't it? But in this case, due to any of these 3 reasons, the image is formed in front of the retina and not on the retina. So as the image is not formed on the retina, he is not able to see far away objects, but he is able to see clearly the nearby objects. Okay, the problem is with the farthest distant objects. Now what is the correction done? In this case, the correction done is you have to give the person a lens, a spectacle, okay, which is made up of a concave lens. Now what will happen with this concave lens? I will show you. The rays which are coming, it will get diverted first, okay, and then they converge onto the retina. That means it will get diverged first and then it will form on the then it will converge on the retina. That means this will diverge the rays and this will converge the rays. So by the combination effect of the two, the image is formed on the retina and we are able to see it. This is what is myopia or nearsightedness. So what is myopia or nearsightedness? It is a defect in which a person is able to see nearby objects clearly, but far away objects he cannot see clearly. What are the reasons? The curvature of the cornea and eye lens increases, the muscles cannot relax, the eyeball elongates so that the distance between the lens and the retina increases. Okay, so due to some of these reasons, the main reason is the image is formed in front of the retina and not on the retina. So what is the correction done? The correction given is the spectacles with a concave lens with sufficient power. Okay, the power of the lens is calculated and the focal length of the lens will be negative. So if you are having spectacles, you might see on your prescription they might have written positive, negative. Positive means it is a convex lens and negative means it is a concave lens. Okay, so this is for nearsightedness or myopia. Now we will see the next one. Now the next defect is farsightedness or hypermetropia. So we studied about myopia. What is myopia? It is nearsightedness. That means the person is able to see nearby objects. Now this is farsightedness. That means the person is able to see far away objects but not able to see nearby objects. Not able to see means it is not clear. That's all. So farsightedness means the person is able to see far away objects but not able to see nearby objects clearly. What are the reasons? The curvature of the lens decreases. That means this curvature, it decreases. The curvature of the lens. Okay, the curvature of the lens decreases. The distance between the retina and the lens decreases. That means this distance, okay, the distance decreases. Due to which what happens? The objects which are formed, okay, the image is formed behind the retina. The image is formed behind the retina. Due to the converging power decreases. As the converging power of the lens decreases, the image is formed behind the retina, due to which the person is not able to see the objects clearly. Why? Because sorry, the image has to be formed on the retina. If the image is not formed on the retina, it cannot be seen by the eyes. That means the images cannot be converted into messages and the messages are not taken to the brain. So we are not able to see the objects clearly. Okay. Now what is done in this case? In this case, lens is given. Okay. A spectacle is given which is made up of a convex lens, due to which the image, due to which these rays, it converges 2 times. Okay, the rays which are coming, it converges 2 times and it is formed on the retina. It is made to form on the retina, not behind the retina. So this is what is done in case of farsightedness or hypermetropia. So in case of myopia, which lens is used? The lens used is concave lens. What is the focal length of a concave lens? It is negative. In case of hypermetropia, which lens is used? Convex lens. What is the focal length of convex lens? It is positive. Okay. You could be getting 5 mark or 3 mark questions on each of these. Okay. On either myopia or hypermetropia. Okay. So these are the reasons. Curvature of lens decreases and distance between the lens and the retina decreases. Okay. Now the next one is presbyopia. You may take page number 89. Now due to old age, the ability of the ciliary muscles. You know what are ciliary muscles? The ciliary muscles hold the lens in position and it helps in power of accommodation. Power of accommodation is the ability to adjust the focal length of the lens. Okay, that ability, it decreases due to old age. Okay, due to this, the person at the same time is not able to see far away objects also, nearby objects also. That condition, it is called as presbyopia. You may see first paragraph under presbyopia. Generally, the focusing power of the eye lens decreases with age. The muscles near the lens lose their ability to change the focal length of the lens. The near point of the lens shifts farther from the eye. Because of this, old people cannot see objects, nearby objects clearly. Sometimes people suffer from nearsightedness as well as farsightedness. In such a case, bifocal lenses are required to correct the defect. In such lenses, the upper part is concave lens and the correct nearsightedness, while the lower part is convex lens which corrects the farsightedness. Okay, so by old age the person is not able to see nearby objects, and the condition in which the person is not able to see both far away objects also and nearby objects also, that is called as presbyopia. In that case, there is a spectacle. Okay, consider this as a spectacle where you might have seen there are markings like this. Okay, here this is the concave lens which is used to see the far away objects, and this will be the convex lens which is able to see which helps the person to see the nearby objects, and such spectacles, lenses together are called as bifocal lenses. So this is about the structure of human eye, the different terms which has to be understood concerned with human eye, and the defects. What are the defects? Myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. You may read this part, understand this part very thoroughly. It is a very important part of the chapter. Okay, thank you.